We continue our knowledge sharing mission through a series of interviews with marketing leaders from all over the world, and we are thrilled to have Kathleen Jaedtke with us here today.
Hi, welcome to CMO Chats. My name is Kathleen and I'm head of Marketing EMEA Central at Workato.
So tell us about you and your role at Workato.
I'm a marketing leader at Workato, and Workato is a leading agentic orchestration company that, in a nutshell, helps businesses connect their data, processes, systems, and applications so everything works together very smoothly, and its AI platform enables teams to navigate complex workflows in real time. And in my role as head of marketing, I lead the demand generation and field marketing across the DACH and Benelux region. And a big part of my focus is building a super strong pipeline for the sales organization, while also focusing on growing our brand awareness across the region. And that includes a mix of in-person and also digital initiatives, for example, from our World of Workato conference and community events to webinars, trade shows, and also content creation.
Wow, you've got a lot going on. I also see that you're a lecturer at, or you were lecturing in content marketing as well in Köln. So that's you've got a very wide range of experience. Can you tell me, how did you get into marketing?
So for me, it's a case like a lot of marketers, I guess. I didn't really start out with a perfectly mapped plan. So I studied economics in Berlin, Germany, and had the chance to also take courses in marketing within the business administration part of my studies. And I quickly realized I'm much more drawn to the mix of creativity and strategy, understanding people, solving problems, and telling stories that drive actions, rather than the more mathematical part of economics. And my career has spanned both B2C and B2B marketing across different industries and markets. So I started in the field of search engine optimization back at Rocket Internet. And then I joined Zalando, leading the content marketing initiatives for the DACH region. And later I moved into B2B marketing at HubSpot as head of marketing and brand for DACH. And today, as head of Marketing EMEA Central at Workato, I bring all of those experience together, combining like creativity, data, and strategy to connect our brand with our customers and prospects in DACH and Benelux.
What is your main marketing focus at the moment, and why is it so important to Workato's growth and success?
My main marketing focus right now is creating a high quality pipeline in a very, very efficient way. So I need to be super laser focused and very efficient. And we're focused on reaching the right accounts with the right message at the right time. And that means a super strong alignment with sales, smart use also of data and AI, and building really programs that support both pipeline creation and long-term brand credibility.
So you're focusing, of course, is to support the sales teams. Is there a specific avenue or a specific angle that you think this is what I should be focusing on right now?
We've seen a lot of success with our community events over the past year. And this is also what we're focusing on. So creating this wonderful event atmosphere where we bring together our customers and prospects and also leaders, experts, and then they can connect, learn from each other. And we also show our roadmap and then also bring together everyone and a wonderful atmosphere.
The community events have been very successful for you. Can you tell me a bit more about these community events, who you bring to these community events, and and can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yes, sure. So I can give you an example. For example, our biggest success was our World of Workato event. That's our flagship event. And we hosted it in Amsterdam. And a couple of years back, we started with maybe 10 persons who attended our event. And last year we managed to get more than 210 attendees. So that was super, super cool. And it was successful because we focused on really showing real use cases, having our customers on stage, having our leadership executives on stage, also providing our audience with education in terms of technical workshops and connecting everyone. And that was super successful.
Wow, that's amazing. So you started with 10 attendees. That's a couple years ago, or maybe when you originally started. 200 this year.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was the focus? Did you have a specific, like an overarching theme around the flagship event? Was it like conference style? Did you have panel discussions? Can you give me some background there?
Yeah, of course. Our overall theme was, of course, diving into AI and our new capabilities. And then we started, with our roadmap, then, of course, some of our new wonderful features, and then we mixed it up with customer case studies and also technical workshops and also panel discussions. Yeah.
I'm very curious. I would love to dig more into this. Of course, we have many other questions. The Ortus Club right now, we're actually organizing our own summit in Singapore right now for marketing leaders. So I think I'm very curious to hear what successes have you had, and maybe we can learn from those as well. But that's for another day. What would you say is the biggest challenge that marketers face today?
Yeah. The biggest challenge, I would say, is prioritization for marketers. Yeah, there are a lot more channels now, more tools, more data, and even more pressure, like more of everything than ever before. And it's very, very easy to stay busy without actually being effective. So marketers really need to stay laser focused. So, and on top of that, buyers are better informed and more selective, especially in enterprise, than ever. So if marketing isn't deeply aligned with real customer needs and business outcomes, it quickly loses impact. And the marketers who do well are the ones who can cut through the noise and make clear choices and focus on what truly drives value rather than doing everything at once.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. There's a lot of noise, and there's so many different ways to approach your marketing strategy that it can become, I don't want to say overwhelming, but it's a lot, and we're definitely entering a new age. I had this thought the other day where now that we can use AI to recommend us specific products for our needs, it changes the playing field. And the fact that I can say, I want this so-and-so thing, can you recommend it to me? And then AI will generate 3 things. It's removed a lot of extra noise, which definitely changes how we need to approach our strategy.
Yeah, I completely agree. So especially that's a challenge also for SEO teams who need to focus on this to make sure, their services and businesses appear in these LLMs.
Yeah. How do we make sure that we get recommended when someone uses specific keywords? And what do you believe is the biggest opportunity for marketing directors, CMOs today that might not have been available in the past?
Yeah. So I think the biggest opportunities for marketing leaders today is the ability to move much faster and with more confidence. So in the past, marketing decisions often took weeks or months to validate. And today, with better data, automation, and AI, leaders can test, learn, and adapt in near real time. And that speed changes also the role of marketing leadership. It allows them to be more experimental, more responsive also to the market, and much closer to the business impact of their decision. In used well, it turns marketing into a continuous learning engine rather than a set of fixed campaigns.
How are you capitalizing on this opportunity?
So what I'm really thankful for and I use a lot is our new MCP capabilities. So what that allows me to do is to explain it. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and it's basically an open source standard for AI models to connect to other systems, tools, and data. And it allows to access your company data, your documents, and your software in a very secure way, so that it could provide you with more context and also give you suggestions and insights to get better work done in a very smart way. So for example, when I create a case study, I use our new MCP capabilities, and it gives access to my internal documents, to Salesforce, to Gong calls or Zoom transcripts. And then based on this, it helps me to create a case study within 5 minutes. Of course, I need to look over it and refine it and adapt it. But it's a very, very good start because it has all that context and knowledge. And it can even also get very creative in a way how it presents the data in a very structured table, for example.
I heard something similar from one of my friends. He works as, well, many of my friends actually work in sales for any sort of SaaS company. And they said that one of the biggest changes that they have with AI is, I think, the MCP is what they're using, where they would have the conversation and they need to follow up with a case study with something relevant. And what used to be, I need to go search through all our documentation, read all the different keywords to see what fits. Does the region fit? Does a country fit? Does everything else fit? And then manually pulling that over, that takes, that's a large portion of time. Now you just have to say, this is the situation, and it'll feed into your own system, pull out what you need, and it creates it for you. Like you said, 5 minutes over what might have taken in the past 45 minutes to an hour for one single follow-up. And it's incredible. It's incredible what it can do for us.
Exactly. And when you realize, okay, it's now 6 pages long, of course, you can ask it, hey, make it 2 pages, and you can easily adapt it. And it's super helpful to make you really work smarter.
So you're using it to help find case studies which are relevant to specific target personas. And can you tell me what you do? So you find the case study, then what?
So I use it to create a case study.
Create a case study, okay.
Yeah. So I set up a call with our customers that I identified together with our sales team and with our customer success team, who are ready to talk to us, who have seen success and have implemented our solution. And then based on that call, I go through the questions like you do with me and during that interview now. And then, I record it. And then I use that transcript, of course, with permission from our customer. Then I combine it with Salesforce data or with anything that was communicated via Slack in addition. And then, it helps me to create, based on this data, this case study.
Okay. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And I could continue going down this road. But I'm very happy to hear that this is a very useful tool for you to help provide more value to your customers.
Exactly, yeah.
So next question. What is at the very top of your priority list for the year ahead?
At the very top of my priority list is building scalable, repeatable growth. And that means growth that is built into how we operate through an even stronger alignment with the sales team and with customer success and a smarter use of data. And at the same time, we're operating an environment where we are all expected to do more with less. So a really, really big focus is on efficiency, what I mentioned before, using lean budgets and lean teams in a very, very intentional way, and also leveraging powerful capabilities like our enterprise MCP to work smarter and not harder. And alongside what I mentioned is building a community and brand awareness, especially in the DACH region, because trust and credibility matter more than ever. And a strong community can really create a long-term value that supports everything else we do.
I could not agree more. Creating community is something I learned from attending a lot of the events that we organize on behalf of Ortus Club. The community that's built over the long term and the positive experiences which stay with people with regards to your brand, it's infinitely valuable, especially in such a digital age. So this is something that we see growing a lot and in importance. I'm moving towards some more fun questions now. How would you describe the role of the CMO in one word, and why?
I describe the role of the CMO as an orchestrator. So it's all about aligning people, data, and strategy, and making sure that all of the different parts of the business are moving in sync. And it's less about owning only one function and more about really enabling that alignment, focus, and momentum across the entire growth organization. And that also means aligning very different markets, cultures, and also buying behaviors when you work for a global company. So a CMO also has to balance the global strategy with also local relevance, super important for us, yeah, making sure that teams across the regions are moving in the same direction, whilst all this speak the same language and are authentic to their customers. And when that orchestration works well, you get clarity, consistency, and real momentum across the business.
What advice would you give someone starting out in marketing?
I would say learn the fundamentals, always stay curious, always learn, but don't just ask how things work, but also ask why, to really understand the bigger picture and the business impact. I would also encourage spending a lot of time with teams like sales, customer success, and product to really understand their goals, their challenges, and that cross-functional perspective is incredibly valuable and helps you to build marketing strategies that actually move the business forward. I would also highly recommend finding a mentor. Yeah, that mentor doesn't have to come from marketing. It can come from other parts of the business, from sales, for example, or finance, because they help you think more strategically, and you can connect marketing then to the broader business outcomes. And finally, I would say build your network really, really early. So communities and networks, for example, in my case, like Women of SaaS or Women in Sales, I'm part of both of these networks. They really give you exposure to different perspectives and shared experiences, and they can help you also on your way and in your career and support you. And that's incredibly valuable when you grow in your career. And in case you're lucky, you can also find new friends using these networks.
I love that. I'm guessing you found many friends through these networks as well.
Many female friends, yes. Love that.
If you could ask marketing leaders such as yourself one question, what would it be?
I'd ask, what did you stop doing that had the biggest positive impact on your effectiveness as a leader? So we talk a lot what leaders should add, new tools, frameworks, initiatives. But in my experience, real growth often comes from letting go, whether it's chasing the new shiny object or feeling the need to be really involved into every decision. At this level, leadership is less about doing more and more about really creating clarity, focus, and space for others to really do their best work.
That's extremely resonant, especially with what you said earlier about there being so much going on. We can't do everything, so we need to be much more focused on what we choose to spend our time on.
Exactly.